Well, Moses, the Holy Rosary Raiders are coming off quite a quarter-final win last week.
Yeah, it was huge for them, but you know, the steps just keep getting further and further. Of course, semifinals coming up.
Yeah.
Matt Schumont was out in the cold, checking out the silver and black, just trying to see how they're going to prepare for their best efforts, especially this Saturday against one of the league's best teams.
In the only meeting between these teams, it was back in week 2 where the St. Paul Lions easily handled the Raiders 48-19. The team says they're chomping at the bit to have another stab at the 6-1 club.
So we're looking at it as second chance to play St. Paul and prove that we can compete.
Playoff football, nothing more exciting than this. You know, we've been waiting to get a crack at St. Paul ever since we played them, so it's fun.
The defense will be relied heavily on Saturday, going up against the league's best rusher, Jason Jubinville, who ran for over 1,500 yards in the regular season.
If we can battle on D and you know, they got some good kids. I don't know if we're able to stop them all day, but if we can contain them, you know, and throw some hits on them where we can, you know, maybe slow them down a bit. That's what we have to hope for.
Our offense, you know, we can put up points, but we're going to have to rely on our defense. You know, they're going to have to hold Jubinville. He's their running back. He's having a really good year. Yeah, just like I said, you know, we're going to have to rely on our defense to keep us in the game.
Despite not getting a bye last week, the Raiders feel like they may have the upper hand, getting a playoff game under their belts.
We got kind of the butterflies out of our stomach, basically. Just kind of, like, we got the first one out of the way, and hopefully it'll be the same for the next ones.
Kids are rolling. Kids are excited to be playing, you know. So it's nice to have a bye to heal up those injuries. But with that being said, we didn't have a bunch of major injuries. So playing last week really didn't set us back. I think it just kept us rolling, and we are where we need to be.
Kickoff for Saturday's game is at 1 o'clock in St. Paul. Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
All right, well, thanks, Matt. Well, moving on. It wasn't decided until the final game of the regular season, but as Emmett Murphy reports, after 3 years of trying, the Lakeland Rustlers men's soccer team is finally in the playoffs.
It's a lot of excitement. There's not words to explain.
It's exciting. It's been a long wait for this school, 3 years, and feels good to finally get there, I guess.
The Rustlers enter the postseason as clear underdogs, being pitted against the 8th-ranked team in the nation, the Concordia Thunder. But they're confident.
Like the first year for futsal, Mount Royal beat us every single time, and they were unbeaten the whole season. And in the final, you know, we ended up winning.
I think that our confidence is where it needs to be. Confidence is one thing. You know, we have to be careful to remember that if we lose our first game, we're done. And so I think we're focused more so than we are, you know, we're not cocky, but we have the right amount of confidence.
Coach Wagner believes his club is peaking at the right time and is hoping that a week's worth of indoor training won't hamper the men's momentum.
We executed well on Sunday. It's the first game where we executed well for, you know, almost 90 minutes instead of, you know, a half.
The Rustlers' first ever playoff game is Friday at noon in Red Deer. A loss will knock them out of medal contention. A win will put them in the semis against SAIT on Saturday. Emmett Murphy, Newcap Sports.
Good luck to the boys this weekend. Let's stick with college sports and the 2011-12 Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team. They were loaded with talent, only to lose in the first round of the playoffs to SAIT. This year's team is a lot younger, which puts more pressure on the returning veterans.
In league, it's back-to-back, 2 good teams every weekend, so we'll need to be at the top of our game.
The exhibition season has ended, and the real thing starts now for the Rustlers, a team that has seen a big turnover of players.
When you lose as many girls as we did and you bring in rookies, everyone's got new roles to fill, and you can see in practice we're still feeling each other out.
Last year's all-conference player Amanda Carlton and team MVP Amy Warbrick shined in their first season on a team that was loaded with skilled players. Now in year 2, their roles have changed and will be looked upon to take the mantle.
I know my role as on the team this year is to be a leader and lead by example, so that starts with me at practice. I gotta bring it to practice every day. I can't expect people to follow me if I'm not gonna bring it myself.
I'm trying more to focus on it now that it's more of a younger team this year. I'm trying to step up and make it a point to help these girls out, kind of just let them get the feel of, you know, what we expect.
The 2 Americans need to be huge for us on both sides of the floor, and I think if they can set an example for us, the rest will follow.
The Rustlers are a team that's undersized, and the loss of 4th-year player Brandy Levitt, who's out with a torn ACL, will force others to step up.
It's extremely frustrating that we don't even get her on the floor. She's such a motivational leader, leads us in rebounds. So once again, rookies got to step up.
It hurts, but it gives us areas for like myself and others to step up and take that role in that position instead of last year taking the back seat.
The Rustlers start the season with 2 road games, beginning in Caronport to take on Briarcrest College.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's basketball team, our team, begins their season this Friday. And this week's Superstar Next Door, Matt Schumont, introduces us to a player who has relied on heavily on offense and defense.
Whitby, Ontario's Wesley Jones is no stranger to watching college hoops, as his uncle and cousins once played at the university level.
A lot of my family, we're all pretty big, so right away they wanted me to play basketball, and so I just tried to do it. I love the game, so it's easy.
Standing in at 6'8", Wesley tries to play like his idol and newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Dwight Howard, that is someone I look up to a lot. Even the sleeves I wear in the game, the Dwight Howard sleeves. Last year when I broke them out, the team nicknamed me Wes Howard, so I strive a lot to play like him.
Leading the ACAC in shot blocking 1 year ago, the defensive standout strives to shut down the other team's offense.
I take pride in that. I love doing it, get a big adrenaline rush, trying to do more dunks, offensive stuff. So just trying to make myself a beast out there.
Wesley brings a lot to the table. I mean, he blocks shots out of the gym. He can hammer dunk on pretty much anybody out there. And I mean, as long as he brings his roughness, ruggedness to the game, we can expect big things out of him this year.
After an early playoff exit last year, Wesley would like nothing more to end his career with the Rustlers with a national title.
Take my team, we're all trying to get the end goal of a national championship. Just trying to go as far as we can go and take the skills I learned this year. Hopefully when I move on to the next level, take these skills and improve on them, help me out later.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.